September 15th, 2013. This was the day that my beloved teacher Bob Lennon was killed. He was riding his bike one fall evening, just like he always did, when a woman who was distracted struck him and killed him instantly. We can't get him back. No apologies can ever bring back Mr. Lennon. Nothing is ever that important that you put your life or someone else's life at risk. Distracted driving is extremely dangerous. We know this. If it comes down to a desperate situation, make a phone call. If you need to get a hold of someone or if you need to find something out. Because we keep hearing about this, but we don't act. The statistics are just increasing. When are we going to change? Is it going to take something happening to you personally, to you, a family member, or someone that you love? All of a sudden you get a phone call that they are in the hospital in the ICU because they were hit by someone who was distracted or or hit on the side of a road doing something as innocent as riding their bike. And they're holding on or they lose their life because of some 2-second decision that was made. 1 in 6 fatal accidents are caused by someone who is distracted. Distracted driving is 2 times more dangerous than a drunk driver, or a drunk driver being on the road or driving drunk. 2 times more dangerous. 51,857 fatal accidents were reported between 1999 and 2008, but that does not even take into consideration how many people were in the car during the time of that accident and how many lives were lost. It's most of these accidents are occurring in people who are 29 and younger, and we've found that men are most likely to be a driver instead of a woman. We all are caught up in social medias, in our Twitter, our Instagram, sending, receiving text messages or Snapchats or checking our emails. But don't we all make phone calls so that we can't associate with a generation? We all are making phone calls, no matter how young or no matter how old. But texting while driving is 2 times more dangerous than making a phone call or talking to the person in your passenger seat. The reaction times were studied for texting while driving and being on the phone while driving, and it took people longer to respond to an emergency situation when they were texting than when they were driving and being on the phone. So if it comes down to it, make a phone call. But when you're on the phone, you can see as little as 50% of what's around you when you're driving. When you're texting, you're not seeing anything. You're completely eyes off the road, looking at your phone, seeing what's going on your phone only. I don't care how experienced you say you are, how many times you say you have texted and been driving and nothing has ever happened. It could be 2 seconds and next thing you know, your life flashes before your eyes. We feel like that we are invincible, it's not going to happen to us. We just hear about it and, we aren't going to be that next person, but it could be us so easily. And we need to remember that. We can't all be about instant gratification and reading a text now or responding to a text message right away or sending a tweet. It can wait. If you have someone in your car, have them make a phone call for you. Have them let you know what's going on. Keep your focus on the road at all times. New policies are being made and new apps on phones and telephone providers are making it so that you can't even be on the phone when you are in the car or your phone automatically sends automated responses that you're in the car and you can't respond right now. And some people question whether or not that's, limiting their rights, their freedom rights. But what rights do we need if we aren't alive? Think about that. So no matter how many times we are told this, it's still dangerous. We need to be realistic. We're going to be in these situations, and if it comes down to it, make a phone call. If it's an emergency, no life is ever worth a text.